they're back to catch up for their 25th class reunion. Here's the catch. The lifers will be acting as one another, not themselves. As we travel through space-time, let's see if you can guess who they're acting as. So welcome to the class of 2011's 25th class reunion. The seniors are back, and even though a lot has changed, the Shaw has remained surprisingly the same, much to the class of 2011's delight. The kitchen is still serving breakfast burritos, Mrs. Sadler is still here, and people are stealing each other's parking spots still. Let's watch as the class of 2011 appears at their long-awaited reunion. So, the first guest that we have is a girl who would rather say the word Mexico with a Mexican accent than the word Mexico as any of us would say it. She is a beautiful girl. She became a travel agent right after college, and she recently got back from España. Our next guest is, you might remember this girl who loved to sing and perform, especially at Mass. She loved to act but wasn't a big drama queen at school. Even though she loved singing and acting, she dreamed of becoming a doctor because she was enthusiastic about helping others. She went to UCLA to pursue her dreams and continued to work hard to achieve her endeavors. You might remember the tallest girl on campus. She was on the academic team and volunteered each week in the psych ward at the Huntington Hospital. She loved to people watch and decided to pursue her career in understanding people. Okay, so you might remember this girl as one of the captains of the varsity track team, a cheerleader, a hilarious member of life, an NHS vice president, and the co-valedictorian. What you might have forgotten is that she was always driven to succeed. This girl never hesitated to offer opinion and certainly has the confidence and motivation to take her far in life. You've probably already guessed who this former Tolog is. She was always known for her maternal nature and having a love of She loved the color pink as evidenced in her backpack, clothes, accessories, and personality. After graduation, you might remember that she went to alumnae, studied education so she could have her own classroom full of little kids. She loves sharing music with the school in the liturgies and concerts. Although she loves Welcome, class of 2011. We're glad you're here 25 years later. As the senior class of 2011 talked and mingled, they recalled the wonderful experiences they had learned on the film.
So as you can see, I'm a mom now, and I'm just going to go first because I have a bedtime. Just this past year, I won Best Mom Award, but don't worry, I'm a cool mom. And these are actually the youngest of my 9 children. I keep trying for girls because I have an obsession with pink, and boys, I can't put them in pink, that's just not fair. But these are the youngest, and my other one ran away. I don't know. Actually, after graduating from LMU with a degree in education, I started up my own little program, but I also am a kindergarten teacher at Beverly Hills Elementary, where I live in Beverly Hills. And this one time, I gotta tell you a story, it's really funny. Okay, so little boy Frankie comes up to me, he's like pulling on my mom jeans, and he's like, "Teacher, you're gonna go to lunch." I was like, "Excuse me? Sorry, Frankie, what'd you say?" He said, "Excuse me, teacher, when's lunch?" I was like, "You need to stop mumbling." And then when I remembered, like, mumbling, I was like, oh my gosh, my favorite teacher, Mr. Nick.
X plus Y. Are we good? Are we good? X plus Y. Okay?
And you know, I really like Nish. And he taught me to speak clearly so that my students actually understand me. So, thank you, Mr. Nick.
Jazz club where my own band could play. And since we're so popular, you know, in the city of Los Angeles, there was a long line waiting in front of our jazz club. And they were all facing the wall, and it kind of reminded me of the Shawshank Redemption.
Face the wall and don't lock your knees.
You know that one time when 120 girls had detention? Yeah, that taught me never to be late to any of my band rehearsals.
I just got off the plane from Spain, and after I graduated from USC, I went on to become a travel agent because I studied abroad so much and I loved it. Even when I was at Fasha, I loved traveling. And when I plan trips for other people, it makes me remember when I was a senior in high school and I was a yearbook editor, and I had to plan the Fasha Neon Dance.
Neon!
What I learned in my senior year, I still carry on. I have to be really organized in my job and meticulous with other people's plans.
Hey guys, after graduating from UCLA, I went on to practice at UCLA Medical, where I work now. And the other day, you may know, Justin Timberlake came into my office every day, and he needed surgery on his knee, and this was like life or death situation because his world tour was coming up. I was like, oh my god. So, Justin, I'm first name basis. He reminded me of how great the arts are, and it took me back to all the great musicals and the dance concerts at Fasha.
Don't cry for me, Argentina!
Freshman St. Francis retreat, and I remember our guest speaker saying, "You might be sitting next to your future husband." And at the time, I thought that could not be true, and it turns out that this lovely man is now my husband.
After graduating from Berkeley, I went on to own my own company that's now worth an estimated $1 billion. That's with a B, not an N. You see, I'm living large, private jets, the works, you know. The Yesterday, I had breakfast in London, lunch in Tokyo, and dinner in LA. In my world, that's all possible. You know, at my office, I try to make everyone feel welcome, so I do a secret sister. And this year, I got a box of coal. And I was thinking, why does this sound so familiar? And I remembered our senior year, the juniors gave us a box of coal. You see, at first, I was like, what can I do? And I was like, I'm going to fire this girl. And my lawyers were like, yeah, right, that's going to be a lawsuit. And I was like, good point. So I decided to handle myself the exact same way that the senior girls handled themselves, and I did it with class and took the high road.
After graduating college in Japan, I took shower radioactive, but I'm fine. I work for the United Nations as a translator, and I speak like 50 languages. And one day I was introduced with this dish that I've never tried before, and then this just reminded me of the taste of diversity we had. Yeah, and it was a really good experience. I could experience all the cultures and how I miss this food. So, after cross country and going to Colorado Boulder, I realized that I really love the outdoors. So I decided to become a Colorado River guide. And you can hear my voice through the canyon and my laughter and echoes. So one day there was this little girl, and she was really sad because she was kind of scared of heights and water and outdoors. I don't know why she was there, but she was crying, and I thought, like, what should I do? And then I thought back to Shaw, how whenever there was a girl crying in the hallway, we'd come up and give her a hug or something like that. So that's what I did, and I ended up making her laugh. So.
Hey y'all! So after going to SMU and graduating, I married my sweetheart and decided to stay in Texas. And then I remember in high school, people always asked me about why I got so many fake tans. And they'd always ask me like how you do it, like how you stand in a tanning booth. So I decided, why not just open my own tanning salon? So that's what I did. And now I realized I learned the greatest lesson back at Shaw, that no really means no. Because sometimes people come into the tanning salon and like they're really pale, but they just say they don't want a fake tan, even though I know they'd look way better. So I know that no just means no, and Mrs. Sadler taught me this when she said that we could not have a senior prank, and she really meant no.
Please, please, please. Please. Sorry, I don't think so.
After graduating from Gonzaga University with a degree in psychology, I decided to open my own practice. And it made me remember that the first time I decided I wanted to be a psychologist was during the junior retreat, when I was able to lead it and talk to the girls about their problems and their faith and spirituality. But also on the junior retreat, when we were snorkeling, those fish in the ocean definitely didn't need any talking to, so that had nothing to do with my decision.
Oh, do you guys remember the ASB elections? That's what gave me the confidence to now work at Disneyland, where I'm Tigger all the time. Go Disney.
Yeah. On behalf of the senior class, we just want to thank everyone. It's been a great experience, and we love you guys.
Thank you,
Thank
Michelle.